I do solemnly swear
to support and defend the Constitution of the United States
against all enemies, foreign and domestic.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Our men and women of the armed forces have courageously served around the world to protect our freedoms, often at extraordinary cost to themselves and their families. The physical wounds they've suffered on distant battlefields and the emotional wounds they are suffering here at home will affect them the rest of their lives. The McGuire Veterans Hospital in Richmond, Virginia is treating many of the most severely wounded service members. But these soldiers, sailors, airmen, Marines, and their families have a very long and difficult road ahead.
There's a lot.
In 2005, a small group of veterans and business leaders came together to help, and the Families of the Wounded Fund was born.
Each of these patients that we are seeing are from somewhere in the United States other than the Virginia area. And that's probably 99% of the patients that we've seen, which is over 60 of them so far. And as such, there is no family support base, in the Richmond area for these people. And each of the families have had to give up employment, in order to a job somewhere in order to come and be caregivers for their loved ones. And as such, that's they're giving up half the family income, which is a real financial hardship on the family. And I think that what we are able to do with Families of the Wounded is provide them some degree of financial support that allows them to travel here, to spend more time at the loved one's bedside, and really be able to be a greater caregiver to the patient that's going through this.
Just because you're away visiting with your loved one or helping to care for your loved one doesn't mean that the bills, the mortgage payments, the car payments, the whatever it may be, the doctor bills at home, stop. They don't. So we just are able to contribute money with no questions asked. We know there is tremendous need there for folks, and the last thing they need to be worrying about is how are we going to make the mortgage payment next month.
They pay for any needs that the family have, which can include lodging, food, transportation. If a family comes in with children, it can help take care of their clothing needs. Any type of expenses that they might have with a child, it may enable them to have toys to play with that they wouldn't otherwise have.
They're just happy to be here. Yeah, I'm just happy to be here.
Brian Pierce's family temporarily relocated to Virginia from their home in Alaska while Brian is in rehabilitation at McGuire.
They basically taught me how to walk all over again.
The most important thing that I have learned is that any human being needs support if they're getting down. I mean, we've all experienced times when we've been down and out, and if we didn't have the love and support of our families, we may tend to give up. I think, and that's what Families of the Wounded Fund does. It provides support to that family who in turn support that soldier, that injured soldier, and give them hope to live.
These brave Americans and their families deserve our help, and the directors of the Families of the Wounded Fund are passionately committed to providing all the support they can.
We got this thing organized, not to help the veterans per se. They got Uncle Sam. That's what they do, and they get the best medical care that's available. But the families, and they are so critical to these patients who are in with these severe, the worst wounds they can possibly have. Just getting the families and their next of kin, the mom and dad or their wife, that it makes a big difference.
We want to be able to give back to people who have given everything to me and my family, and the families who support them. It's not just, it's not he who's off, it's the people who stand behind him that are also at risk. And the families of people who are here at our location in Virginia, their lives are changed, and they never even consider. They are surprised. People are gratified when they receive a contribution from us. They are not people typically who would go out asking. And when we have a chance to help impact somebody like that, then that is very worthwhile. All we want to do is help people who are helping us.
I remember all of the time that I spent in and around hospitals, both military veterans and civilian hospitals, getting the procedures. I had hundreds of operations, more than I ever want to remember or count. But all of the support that people gave me at that point in time and the support that my family received meant so much to me, and this is my way of being able to help this new group of young wounded military people and their families coming through the system to provide some degree of advice, support, assistance to help them get through this process.
Anyone can help. The Families of the Wounded Fund is registered with the Virginia Department of Consumer Affairs and is a qualified 501c3 charitable organization. It is the absolute commitment of the fund's directors that virtually every dollar contributed will be used directly to assist the families of wounded service members. Gifts are tax deductible and eligible for employer matching.
There is no gift that is too small. Some people may be able to only contribute $5. That's good. And I also want to say no gift is too large. Because we've got a lot of work ahead of us. Our goal is to work out of a job, obviously, out of this organization. But right now, it's to just look into your own heart and look into the compassion that you have. Doesn't matter what your political views are. These are young men and women who are giving everything that they have for us, for America. And to let that come in our hearts and touch the compassion. And then the right thing will be done.
You look so wonderful.
Of the Wounded Fund, enabling families to be close in their greatest time of need.